guys, and welcome to this video. This is M-Dubs here, and with the completion of the Booster Course Pass, I will be re-ranking all the courses in the Mario Kart series to ultimately come up with my top 264 Mario Kart tracks. I will be taking a look at all the titles from Super Mario Kart through Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and ranking the courses in each game. I will not be including the Super Circuit SNES tracks or any of the arcade games. I will not be including Mario Kart Tour content within this series. You can expect to see some Mario Kart Tour rankings at a later point. Up next is Mario Kart DS. I've clocked in so many hours playing this game from taking family road trips. This game just has so much replayability. Not only do you have Grand Prix and Versus mode, but you also have a pretty solid battle mode and mission mode. But all this video is concerned about is the tracks. And I will be so honest, even though I love this game, I can't deny that some of the tracks leave much to be desired. A decent portion of those tracks comes from the retro tracks in this game. This game was the second game to bring back retro courses, and the first game to bring back retro courses from multiple games. However, most likely due to the DS's limitations, the track selection was fairly subpar. However, there are some nitro courses in this game that just became completely legendary. I have a ranking system that you can learn about if you're not familiar with it, but if you are, a timestamp will be provided in the description to skip the ranking system. So here's the ranking system really quickly. Each track will be rated out of 100. This will be its total T-score, represented in yellow. The closest to 100 it is, the better the track is. I once again have the GEM system, which stands for Game, Entertainment, Music, and Scenery. G for Game, represented in orange, is a rating of 1 to 5 on how much I like the game that the course is from. E for Entertainment, represented in red, is a rating of 1 to 75 on how fun I think the course is. M for Music, represented in blue, is a rating of 1 to 15 on how much I enjoy the course's music. I previously had this rated out of 10, but I think the music really does help determine how much I like a course. S for Scenery, represented in green, is a rating of 1 to 5 on how much I enjoy a course's scenery. I previously had this rated out of 10 as well, but I don't think scenery has too much of an impact on how much I like a course. Add those 4 factors together to get your T-score. Once again, I have a tiering system, however it's changed up a bit. A score's T-score will place it in a tier. 0 through 29 will put it in the F tier. These tracks leave much to be desired. 30 to 44 is in the D tier, and these tracks aren't that great, but they have some redeeming qualities. 45 through 59 is the C tier. I don't mind these tracks, but there's better ones. And then 60 to 74 is the B tier. I like these tracks quite a bit. And then 75 through 89 is the A tier. I really like these tracks, but they're not my all-time favorites. 90 through 94 is the S tier. These tracks are extremely fun to play on with lots of good qualities. And then 95 through 100 is the SS tier. And that's a new tier that I'm putting into my ranking videos, but these tracks are the best of the best. They are legendary. With all that out of the way, let's get to the ranking. Number 32. SNES Choco Island 2. Even though this is a great game, a lot of courses fall into the F tier, and that's no exception for my least favorite track in Super Mario Kart, which got brought over here. I really dislike this course, and it's not really any better on the DS. You're forced to drive in a nasty mud pit. There's several ridges on the track that will surely slow you down. Parts of the track are just extremely narrow, and the off-road section is just so annoying to get stuck in. And yes, the track is still extremely ugly. Number 31, GCN Baby Park. Man, this course was lots of fun in Mario Kart Double Dash with special items flying everywhere. But this course has been completely stripped of its chaos. The background is bland, the music is slightly watered down, there's only 5 laps, there's absolutely no redeeming qualities about this remake whatsoever. Number 30, Figure 8 Circuit. Nintendo, what on earth is this travesty? It's a perfect figure 8 from start to finish, and by perfect I mean no speed boost, no enemies, no ramps, absolutely nothing. A complete waste of time and space. Number 29, GBA Peach Circuit. Wow, this game really has a knack for bringing back bland and generic tracks that rep the bottom of my list from other games. Absolutely nothing has improved from this course from its previous GBA iteration. Number 28, SNES Koopa Beach 2. Most of the above courses are just completely boring with no redeeming qualities, but this one is just frustrating. The course goes by like a blur, and you can kiss your win goodbye if you even think about falling into one of those water holes. They're somewhat difficult to dodge too. Number 27, SNES Mario Circuit 1. It was the first track ever made, so it makes sense for it to be brought back in this game, but like, come on. There's absolutely nothing noteworthy about this one either. Number 26, GBA Bowser Castle 2. Ah, here we go. I'm so excited to rip this remake to shreds because it just completely stinks. What on earth is the music to this track? It's genuinely unbearable to listen to. I get that some songs had to be synthesized to cater to the DS, but this song is just awful, awful, awful. Now then, there's a mechanic in this game called snaking where you grab several consecutive power slide boosts back to back, which I find really thrilling, but this course does not make snaking fun at all. There's several ramps that you're forced to take which don't net you a speed boost upon landing. They're just completely tedious. The course was just a bad choice for Mario Kart DS because the thrill of all the jump boosts is just not there like it is for tracks in Mario Kart Wii onwards. Number 25, SNES Donut Plains 1. We're at the last course of this quartile and also the last SNES course. Absolutely nothing was done to change the SNES tracks except for decreasing the laps from 5 to 3. This course is fine, but it has absolutely nothing to write home about. But you could say it's the best of the absolute worst. And there's still some unfun tracks I haven't discussed yet. Number 24, Desert Hills. Oh joy, a desert course. I don't like the music to this course at all. The course itself is okay, I guess. There's ample opportunities for some massive skips if you have enough boosts, but without the boost, the turns at the end are really sharp and pretty easy to hit the off-road section. It's an okay course, it just suffers because of its awful music. Number 23, Yoshi Falls. We've hit the end of the F tier with Yoshi Falls. Nothing too much to say about it because by the time I finish with this sentence, the race will be over if anyone were playing it. It's 3 quick laps in a circle. You have the option to risk falling into the pit by taking the path of the waterfall, or play it safe. This concept isn't half bad, it's just the track itself is so bland to where it can't escape the F tier. The music is also not very exciting either, so all in all, it's just fairly unremarkable. Number 22, N64 Moo Moo Farm. Just an entirely mediocre course. You race in a glorified circle, watching out for Monty Moles. The music isn't as good as it is in Mario Kart 64. There's a few cows though, so that's cool. Number 21, GC and Luigi Circuit. The GameCube version of this course was one of the best openers in the series. However, the entire gimmick of the track is completely destroyed. The lanes are extremely wide, which doesn't allow forcers to interact with other racers heading their way from the other side. Number 20, N64 Frappe Snowman. It's apparent that the assets from the retro tracks come from the nitro tracks in this game, and the Snowman and Frappe Snowman pretty clearly come from DK Pass. All that being said though, this is a retro track that has a bit more to it than just a quick sprint across a generic course and then it's over. It's reasonably paced with some snowman obstacles that racers need to watch out for. Number 19, GBA Luigi Circuit. Here's where the tracks start to get better. This course is a unique circuit track where you will be racing in the middle of a rainstorm. Watch out for those pesky rain puddles as you make your way to the finish line, a fairly welcome but forgettable addition to this game. Number 18, N64 Banshee Boardwalk. I would say that this course is quite an improvement from its previous version, mainly because the lighting is a lot more forgiving and you have a good idea where you're going. There's not many retro tracks left, and we're not even halfway through the list, but this course is decent, so the rest of the courses coming up are also pretty decent, or pretty good. Number 17, Shroom Ridge. It's a decent course. I do not have that much to say about it. Watch out for vehicles of all shapes and sizes heading your way. No need to worry too much though, they don't move very fast. I don't have anything bad to say about this course, but nothing all that great either, so that's why it rounds up the bottom half. Number 16, GCN Mushroom Bridge. I know, this course got murdered beyond all belief with the removal of being able to drive on the rails of the bridge. Besides that, a few of the shortcuts that weren't any good to begin with got removed, and so did the special vehicles that were in Double Dash. It's a track that definitely got nerfed, but I can't lie, it's really fun to snake in. But yeah, even though the course is still alright, it doesn't hold up to its previous version at all. Number 15, GC and Yoshi Circuit. We're almost out of retro courses. This track is the only one brought back from Mario Kart Double Dash that wasn't severely ruined. It's still not as good for a few reasons, including the piranha plants being a lot more easy to avoid getting hurt by. But the twists and turns are still there, so it's not really too many complaints there. Number 14, Mario Circuit. A Mario Circuit this high? Honestly, I've always just had a soft spot for this underrated track. The piranha plants that spit out fire are a nice touch. There's lots of opportunities for off-road shortcuts. It's one of the best circuit tracks in the series. Number 13, Cheep Cheep Beach. Honestly, a lot of these tracks are only this high because they're not terrible. Cheep Cheep Beach perfectly fits that bill. There are several ramps with speed boosts on it, which are more exciting to take than other ramps. The tide comes in and out, which allows more room or less room to drive well, having racers look out for sidesteppers and cheap-cheeps. It's a fun little course to breeze through, but nothing too fantastic. Number 12, Wario Stadium. A watered-down version of Waluigi Stadium. This course received a massive overhaul when brought back from Mario Kart 8, but in this version it's nothing more than just good. You'll use speed boost to get through mud pits and jump through fire rings, but there's just something not as exciting about this track. It was probably just held back by the system it was on, but still, it's not bad at all. Number 11, N64 Choco Mountain. Now here's a remake that actually improved quite a bit from its original version. Recall that Mario Kart 64 version suffered from a lot of jank where players would spin out if they hit a wall. That is gone here, and it is just the same classic course with boulders trying to smash you on a corkscrew turn with some bumpy hills as well. The music is obviously synthesized, but it works for this track. Number 10, DK Pass. It's your run-of-the-mill snow course. Watch out for snowmen and giant snowballs on your journey to the finish line, which isn't a daunting task because you have quite a bit of room to drive around. The best part about this track is a special hidden off-road item box, which you can grab a mushroom or a star if you grab it successfully, regardless of which place you're in. This is good for solidifying your lead or making your way back to the pack. Number 9, Page Gardens. This course is a joy to play on. Watch out for chain chomps as you navigate through a giant hedge maze to win the race. There's also several opportunities to cut through the flowers in Peach's garden, but watch out for those pesky moles. Number 8, Luigi's Mansion. The course title is a bit deceiving because you're only in the mansion for about 10 seconds and the rest of the race you're in the exterior. The mud can be a little bit annoying at times, but you're not forced to drive in it the whole time like you are in Choco Island 2. There's also walking trees which enhance the spookiness of this track, but they're not too much of an issue to avoid. Number 7, Bowser Castle. Now we're getting into some really good stuff here. This castle track is a bit slept on because there's quite a bit of unique elements. You have a rotating wheel that's shooting fire at you, that if you stay on long enough, you can find a shortcut. There's also a giant corkscrew towards the middle of the track where one false move will send you straight into a pit of fire. Then you have a rotating platform where if you manage to stay on, you will be good, but if you fall back, you will have to take a longer path to make your way back to where the sliding platforms are. When this course inevitably gets remade, it will be extremely awesome with all the new gimmicks introduced, such as taking a glider over the sliding platforms or having the corkscrew turn in anti-gravity. But considering the system that it was on, they did pretty well with this one. Number 6, Delfino Square. This one's just a classic. Race your way through Delfino Plaza. Towards the middle of the track, you're met with a split path, where you can decide which way you want to take. Both are about the same length, so there's no drawback to taking either path. From there, you'll be over by where the pier is, where there's a shortcut you can take, but a mushroom is strongly encouraged because there's a mud pit that will slow you down. Last but not least, there's a giant drawbridge that will send you flying if it's lifted all the way up. The music is just so catchy and enhances the race that much more. A really fun track for sure. Number 5, GBA Sky Garden. This is the one and only retro track where the DS remake is by far the best version of the course, as this course got slightly tanked in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But now to focus on this version. It maintains the layout of the original Super Circuit version while keeping the cloud shortcut towards the end of the track, and even adds a few new shortcuts if you have enough speed. The music is still incredible to this course as always. I love this course so much, and it is the best retro track in this game without any sort of competition in its way. Number 4, Rainbow Road. I find a lot of the nitro tracks in this game severely underrated, and this would be one of them. It introduced anti-gravity into the game before it was cool. There's a loop-de-loop and a corkscrew turn entirely in anti-gravity, where if you brake, your driver will fly straight into the air. There's very limited guardrails, which provides a challenge which is necessary for Rainbow Road. It's a lot of fun to race on, and the music is incredible to it as well. Number 3, Tick-Tock Clock. Based on level 14 from Super Mario 64, Tick-Tock Clock has racers inside of a clock watching out for various clock-related obstacles such as swinging pendulum and minute/hour hands. It's one of the most unique concepts ever brought into a Mario game, reintroduced into a Mario Kart game. I quite love it. The course is loads of fun from start to finish. Number 2, Waluigi Pinball. An absolute classic that deserves as much love as it gets in my opinion. Right away, you're blasting into a game of pinball, so you already know you're in for a good time. There's loads of speed boosts, but be careful not to go too fast as you may run straight into a giant pinball. You will take some ramps and twist and turn your way towards the end of the course. At the end of the course, there's tons of bumpers and flippers and giant pinballs to meet you there to increase the challenge. It's a super incredible course in terms of creativity and execution, and the music to this course is just an undeniable bop. Waluigi Pinball is undeniably a legendary course within the Mario Kart community, and I strongly agree with it receiving legendary status. But in terms of Mario Kart DS, there's just one course that edges it out slightly. And the title goes to number 1, Airship Fortress. This course is just near perfection from start to finish, so let's just go through everything. You start it in the ramparts of the giant fortress where you met with bullet bills headed your way. You need to be careful to avoid colliding head-on with one of them. Then you'll make your way up to the airship itself while dodging rocky wrenches, boxes, and even beams of fire. From there, you'll blast out of a cannon into a giant fortress where you will endure a really long but thrilling corkscrew turn all the way to the bottom where you rinse and repeat the process. We've all seen Bowser's airship before, so it's nothing too unique, but it just adds to the charm. The airship levels we see in the Mario games being put into a Mario Kart, and they just executed everything perfectly. Not only that, but the music is incredible! It is single-handedly one of the best Mario Kart songs ever. No questions asked, from start to finish. Airship Fortress is quite the enjoyable course, which lands it the number 1 spot of this fantastic game, Mario Kart DS. Anyway, that will be concluding my Mario Kart DS ranking. I absolutely love this game. Working on this video just makes me want to pull out my 3DS and blast through all 32 courses really quickly. I have so much nostalgia for this game, and even though it did not have the best course selection, it played really well. Still has lots of replayability nearly 20 years later, and brought us some absolutely legendary staples to the Mario Kart series. Up next will be my Mario Kart Wii rankings. Thanks for watching, and until then, this is MDubs signing out.